Hello, hello, hello. So it's that time. We now see that we have just 2 weeks left in the class. Congratulations. It's almost over. Whatever we do, whatever you do, continue to stay focused. We are right at the end now. So do not give up. I just need you to stay focused. And before you know it, this class will be over. So again, congratulations on the class that that everyone has performed well in. I'd like to just spend some time with you and just discuss a few additional items. As we round out this week, again, we have 2 weeks. I'd like to just mention or just bring to your remembrance some of the remaining assignments. So next week we will not have a discussion point. I want you to have additional time for some of the assignments that we have here. But the first thing we have is a marketing assignment, and we've already been associated or spent time focused on SWOT. So we have two SWOT assignments, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them in the subsequent slides. But I wanted you to be aware that you will submit a personal SWOT analysis on Sunday, and then on the 25th, you will submit your brand, or that's the big assignment. Uh, you don't have to sweat about that. Don't spend a lot. Well, you should spend some time on it, but it's most of it you should be able to utilize some of your existing knowledge for this material. All right. And then we have a test on Sunday. That's the quiz 6. It'll be on chapters 18 through 21. And then we'll have our comprehensive final exam on the 26th. So that's next Friday. It'll be 50 true, false, and multiple choice questions. And you will have seen all those questions before. So it should be relatively easy for you because you guys are nailing it. You're knocking it. You are nailing it, knocking it out the box. So I'm really proud of you. Because if we look at this, let me go down here. Okay, first of all, let's go back and just review SWOT analysis. This is a tool that businesses have been using since the 60s. There are new tools that are being utilized. However, a lot of companies still utilize this. I want you to be aware of it. And also, it's a good tool for yourself to actually create a SWOT analysis for yourself, which will be due Sunday. But we're going to talk about that and how you can utilize that to improve yourself. So as we know, the SWOT analysis provides us with a internal and external view of our organization. It actually has, so SWOT stands for strengths, the weaknesses of the company, the opportunities, and the threats. And typically what we'll find is that the strengths and the opportunities are internal things. Those are things that we can affect, but opportunities and threats are external, and we may not be able to directly impact them. However, we need to be cognizant of them. So as we said before, as you start with the SWOT analysis, it's extremely important that you focus on the company's mission, their goals, and their values. And I have a slide here that I just put together, and just with Nike. This is Nike's mission. You believe it? You think it's a good one? Their mission is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. And they're saying, if you have a body, you're an athlete. Remember, mission statement is planted in the present, whereas the vision is in the future. So their vision statement states that we see a world where everybody is an athlete, united in the joy of movement. That's sounds good. And then their values: do the right thing, be on the offense always, be thinking of new products, new ways to capture market share, serve athletes, and win as a team, and create the future of sport. And when you're creating your SWOT analysis, so again, it should emanate from these things here. That should be the base document that you're using, or base documents that you should be utilizing. But as you are crafting your SWOT analysis, there are different formats that you can use, that you can utilize. The black and white, is a quadrant. So strengths is in the upper left-hand quadrant, weaknesses, upper right-hand quadrant, opportunities, lower left-hand quadrant, and threats, lower right-hand quadrant. And you'll see here we have about four bullets. You should also have at least 4 bullets for yourself when you're creating your personal SWOT analysis. And you may think, well, like, what are some of the issues or what's some of the information that we should capture? I'll be frank with you. if I'm looking at this, and let's say it's Ray Johnson, if I was creating this, I'd say that some of my strengths include I've been recognized as the #1 sales manager in all of North America. I have 40 years of business experience. I have global corporate experience. I'm a recognized speaker and a highly rewarded speaker. I'm personable. I know how to talk to people. I know how to be able to um, exhibit a winning and confectious or infectious winning attitude. Some of my weaknesses, though, include my age. There's nothing I can do about it. Many of you are in the spring of your lives. I'm in the fall or winter of my life, right? So that could be perceived as a weakness. And then we have health. Again, I have my body is 2 to 3 times older than yours. As a result of that, I may have health related issues. Also, a perceived earnings gap. If you were going out into the market being hired, and let's say you're going to make $70,000, I'm competing for that same job, I may expect to make more than that. So that could be a weakness because I need certain, my base salary may be a lot different than yours. Then the opportunities. Oftentimes, what you can do is take the weaknesses and turn them into opportunities. So, like my age, right? So, whereas it could be a perceived weakness, an opportunity for me could be maybe teaching. I could be maybe in the consultative world. I could be in education or a whole number of different items. So I can take a look at those things and I can actually, or maybe I start my own business, start my own consulting firm. Um, so a lot of different opportunities for me. And then my threats, and these are just ones I just looked up and just thought about, with the unfortunate shooting of our former president, a threat is civil unrest in America. It could undo all of the or could undo some of the prosperity that we've experienced here in America. There could be another pandemic. They say the bird flu could be a big one coming in. Could be a plague that's coming in, right? So maybe internet access. There could be a terrorist attack, perhaps, and take out all of the East Coast. And just imagine if you weren't able to access your funds or communicate with individuals for days or weeks at a time. Okay. Or another threat could be technical currency. And by that, I state that I like to have, I like to stay current with new technology, new items that are coming out. I don't want to be like my parents and like my parents who are like my mother and father, God bless them, they're 89 and 95 years of age. But my parents, they may do it now, but at first they didn't even want to use an ATM. They did not believe in direct deposit. They wanted their check in their hand, and they wanted to take it down to the bank, give it to the teller, look them in their face, get it stamped, and see that it went in the bank. Right. So it's just different. I want to stay current, and I know that in the years to come, my kids may be laughing at me because the technology 30 years from now may be able to transmorph us into from place to place in seconds, right? And maybe some of my peers will be scared to do that. I'm curious. I'd love to do it. But at any rate, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. There's a few examples of what I could put down for me. And you'll see here, there's different designs. These are all different versions of a SWOT analysis, but you'll see that in the upper left-hand corner, we have one that looks pretty. There's another one in the middle that's askew, and then black and white. So there's a lot of different ways that you can create this and present it. There was a company that I've been mentioning called BYD. BYD stands for Build Your Dreams. It's a Chinese company. They have, as I stated before, they have actually shipped 500,000 more EVs or electrical vehicles than Tesla. This is a force to be reckoned with. And again, this is their SWOT analysis. And so again, just a different format. You can see there weaknesses, lower brand prestige, dependency on government EV subsidies. That's one of the big deals. That's one of the issues with this vehicle, because as I understand it, it's going to start at about overseas. It already starts at about $30,000, and it's going to compare to maybe a $55,000 or $60,000 Tesla. And a lot of that is because the Chinese government has subsidized it, and they've actually made it extremely efficient and low cost to manufacture these. And so without those artificial barriers, this becomes much more competitive in the U.S. market. I believe that we mentioned this before also that the current administration would like to place a huge tariff on this vehicle to make it more expensive bringing it in. So that would actually enable the U.S. Marketers to be able to compete much more, be much more aggressive in their marketing. All right, so again, SWOT analysis, key factors that you're going to include. You're going to be thinking about, who are the customers, who are the clients, what's the innovation, who is the management team, what's the sales force like, the staff requirements, those types of things. So you should be thinking about all these things when in the brand SWOT analysis that you will complete. Then we have the last slide here. A successful SWOT analysis will bring to light the company's greatest opportunities. It lets you know. It puts on. It actually enables the entire company to see these are our opportunities. These are our strengths. These are our threats, opportunities, weaknesses, strengths, etc. So we have it all out there. And then, as I said, it's important for you also to do this on your own body because. As I shared with you, my SWOT is going to change. Some of my strengths will change. Some of my weaknesses will change. And so, if you're looking at that as an organic document for yourself, what's going to happen then is that you're going to be able to change it. You're going to be able to better know yourself. And when you're interviewing or if you're meeting someone out for dinner or whatever it might be, you have a really solid stance on who you are, what your opportunities are, what your threats are, what your strengths and weaknesses are. That's what people want to know. And so you'll have that and you'll be able to craft the right solution when you're talking to these individuals. So again, going back to the assignment, you will submit a brand SWOT by the end of class, July 25th. You'll also submit the personal SWOT this Sunday. Also on Sunday will be the test for quiz 6. And then we'll have the comprehensive final exam. Now, I want to show you something else here. Let's see, let me find that. Hold on just a second. So this is the assignment that we'll have. So again, the overall marketing assignment, is that you will create a brand SWOT and also a personal SWOT. Personal SWOT's easy, and I'm asking you to complete a personal SWOT because I want you to be thinking through this process. You should be starting on your brand SWOT now, but as you understand and can better articulate and document your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, as you think about it regarding vehicles and corporations, etc., it should be much easier for you to comprehend and be able to come up and to complete this assignment. So let's go through this. Let's go through this assignment here. Okay, I call it SWOT Your Way to Success. And what it is, this is going to introduce you to the concept of SWOT analysis. You're going to choose a brand, whatever it is. I don't know. It could be, let's say, Skims. It could be Vatek. It could be whatever it is. Let's see, as I said, it could be Nike. It could be a Puma, whatever, right? You're going to select a brand that interests you. And I say that because if I'm thinking about Nike, I have a pretty good idea what their strengths are, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. BYD, I can tell you, I have a pretty good idea of what that Chinese company's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are. So I have all that information, and I can pretty much complete it without doing a lot of research. But anyway, you will research the brand. What products do they offer? What services do they offer? If we're thinking about Skims, the Kim Kardashian loungewear company, who are their ideal customers? You probably know that answer already without even doing a lot of research. So that's what I'm saying. It's important to select a brand that you're really familiar with, and that will make this assignment much, much easier. And then how do they currently market themselves? I think that one of the things I'm sure it's social media, but you'd want to elaborate on that a little bit. And what's their perceived reputation? So each of the brand that you select, you should answer those questions. Products that, their products that are offered, services that are offering, ideal customer set. How do they currently market themselves? What is their perceived reputation? And when I say perceived reputation, is it a luxury brand? Is it a commoditized brand or something that companies will just, it's just going to compete on price? So you go through all that, and then you create the SWOT analysis. And again, I'm just for you, I'm actually just indicating some additional areas or characteristics of the 4 categories that you can elaborate on. Product quality, unique selling proposition, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. You have all that information. And then you should submit that. And then an important section is, based on your SWOT analysis, I want you to answer these questions. We're going back to the SWOT. How can they leverage their strengths, the S? How can they overcome their weaknesses, the W? How can they capitalize on the identified opportunities? And how can they mitigate the potential threats? This is a 2 to 3 page report, outlines your thoughts, because as I said, much of this information you'll probably be able to articulate and document without even researching. And then, but you should research too for the final touches. I have some tips for success for you. By the way, the deliverables, 2 to 3 page article. You should also have maybe a half page in there that is a visual representation of your SWOT, using some of the examples I showed you before. Like Nike had the quadrant. Some of us just had them listed with some nice headings. Whatever it is, you'd like to include a visual representation of your SWOT analysis. So for examples, go out and just ask for or Google on for the SWOT matrix for a particular company, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Here's some additional tips so that we can be very succinct and we know exactly what we must complete. This all documents should be printed and typed and submitted in PDF format. For whatever reason, Blackboard sometimes will find that if you submit a Google Docs or maybe a link or something of that sort, it can create or be a little wonky. So submit a PDF form, not a link or anything of that sort, PDF document. If you have a Mac product, all you have to do when you're finished with your assignment, just save it in PDF format, and then you can submit that to me. It's really easy. But as you complete all this, you will have a really good understanding of SWOT analysis, why people are using it, how they're using it, and you'll see that you'll also have a personal tool for yourself that you should be using and reviewing as an organic document and reviewing your personal SWOT analysis on an ongoing basis. That's what I have for you today. I will have some additional information, some additional videos coming up regarding the personal selling side of this, because I'm really, really excited about that. But this is it for now. Thank you. Have a great day, and we will talk to you soon.